Being a female in a male-dominated industry, I often find myself facing typical female stereotypes. By this, I mean I'm expected to drive slower, proceed with caution, and let the men handle all the heavy work. So I need a machine that can show who I am and what I can truly bring to the table. And let me tell you boys, it ain't a plate of sandwiches. I may be a girl, but that doesn't mean I like to ride at the back of the pack. So let's see if the Razer 800 XC is as capable as I am when it counts most. From day one, the Razer has been making heroes out of everyday people. Side-by-side riders had no idea what was actually possible with a factory-built unit until Polaris made it a high-performance motor with a sport-focused chassis and let it loose on the general public. Over the years, the Razer has undergone countless upgrades. From the 50-inch 800 to the 60-inch S model, the 900 XP, and finally, the 107 horsepower 1000 and 4-seat versions of each, there really is a Razer for everyone. Trust me when I say, being different isn't always a bad thing. The biggest differences between it and other Razer 800 models are all the bolt-on upgrades. Which means, in reality, the XC is just a package, not a different vehicle. High offset aluminum wheels, Maxxis Bighorn tires, PRP seats, and Walker Evans shocks are things you won't find on any other stock Razer, but are things you'd probably want to add anyways. Another feature that helps set the XC model apart from other Razer models is that it includes power steering as a standard option. Now, when power steering first came out, I just thought it was another gimmick, but after spending time on numerous vehicles with it, I'm sold. It's awesome. The Razer XC chassis is exactly the same as any other 50-inch Razer model. Despite it being listed as 55 inches wide, the truth is, the extra width comes from the wider offset wheels, not a physical change to the chassis or suspension. Suspension travel is still a decent 9 inches up front and an adequate 9.5 inches out back. But the aluminum-bodied Walker Evans shocks have compression clickers and piggyback reservoirs, so you can easily tune that 9 inches to suit your riding style. Most people think that girls can't handle big power. Well, I definitely disagree. In fact, I believe that women are more capable of handling big power because we're more responsible and we aren't motivated by our egos. Well, for the most part. The 760cc parallel twin found in the XC really is the motor that introduced us all to the big bore side-by-side. And while it still produces good power, the competition has caught up. 55 horsepower just isn't enough these days. As a smaller person, I often find myself feeling lost in bigger side-by-sides. I know this is opposite of most of my male coworkers who are always looking for the biggest driver compartment. I, on the other hand, fit great in smaller ones, like the Razer. The XC features PRP bucket seats with aggressive side bolstering. The seats themselves take up more space in the cockpit and push the driver closer to the steering wheel. For bigger drivers, this is a problem, but for me, it's perfect. I find the ergonomics of the XC to be more than comfortable. So now we know what the XC is made of and what sets it apart from a typical 50-inch Razer 800. But none of this information is any good if it doesn't help explain what this thing is actually like on the trails. Power delivery is buttery smooth, and although 55 horsepower is nothing to be ashamed of, it was definitely hard to keep up with the competition when speeds increased. And no, it's not because I'm a girl. After getting the Walker Evans shocks dialed in just right for me, the small stuff disappeared, and I felt completely isolated from big hits. Handling was excellent. The power steering kept it light and protected me from harsh feedback from the wheels through the steering wheel. The Bighorns hooked up in every condition I encountered, and it may seem like a small thing, but the super tight turning radius made maneuvering tighter trails easy. Okay, I know in the beginning I said that despite being a girl, I can keep up with and ride just as hard as any guy, and this is still true. But at the end of the day, I'm still a girl, which means I travel with a lot of stuff, which means I need a lot of places to put all of this stuff. And there is just not enough storage in the Razer for all my necessary items. So, is the Razer XC capable enough to keep you or me at the front of the pack? Can it hold its own against the newest crop of trail-focused sport side-by-sides? Yes, but just barely. The Razer 800 is starting to show its age, and its competition has made huge improvements. But it's no secret, for 2015, Polaris has too.
If you enjoyed this video, post a comment and let us know what you think. Then, click this link to subscribe and that link for more great videos from DirtTrax TV.